What's up YouTube? Today's journey is going to start off by walking 15 minutes to Press Cafe. We're going to try to find some food on the way back from that. I'm looking for some pad thai. Still have yet to try some traditional pad thai, only from the US, but we got a lot for today. And we're back. We are now walking to Press Cafe, and we just had to do a quick shoe adjustment because these shoes are the worst shoes you can ever walk with, and I'll never put them on again. We're only like 5 minutes into this walk, and it's terrible. And so one thing I found out about being here is the humidity when you first come outside early in the morning, it's very bad, but over the daytime it gets hotter, but the humidity is not as bad. So I'd much prefer that than how humid it is about right now. It's like really bad, but we got about a 12-minute walk left, and it looks, I haven't been this way, so I'm excited. Let's see what there is. And currently crossing the street, and I don't know, the traffic is crazy here, but I kind of like how it works because you like stop halfway, so it's not bad. But it's definitely interesting, definitely different than US. I mean, I wasn't really from an area with bad traffic, so it's hard to compare. But like, as you guys can see, it's pretty bad. And right now we're in the Ramanine district, which has a lot of like shopping centers and some big skyscrapers up there. But we got about 5 minutes left on our walk, and I just need to invest in a good like rag or towel or something that I can keep myself dry with, because I'm just pouring everywhere we go. The humidity is getting to me. But I did hear from a local that this is the hottest month of the year that I came in, so that was great. But at least we'll get out of it very soon. But right now we're in the Ramanine district. I'm probably going to cut back through after the cafe, and we'll see how that is. And we're getting really close to it, and we have like some street food style stuff up here. I think I'm about a minute away, 1 minute, so it's right past this. But I might get that for food on the way back. But some cool street vendors here. And this is a nice area because there's like no sun. And that tuk-tuk coming right through there. I mean, that reminds me, honestly, in this area where I'm at, there's really not much tuk-tuk action. I really thought there was more, but maybe in like different areas, more touristy. But where I'm at, that's probably like the 10th one I've seen, and I've been here for about a week now. So we'll get to this cafe and we'll give it a little review. And we made it to Press Cafe. It looks really nice. There's like I think that's a school right there. And that's pretty cool. That's like right by a school, but we'll see what they have. They have some stuff on the door here. And once we get in, I'll give you guys a little review. Give this a test. Let's see how good it is. We're at Press Cafe. We got the traditional Thai coffee with a carrot cake. Okay, very good. Alright, so I'd give the coffee a, let's go 9 out of 10. It's really good. I'm not a huge coffee drinker, but this I would drink daily. It's very good. Now let's try a piece of the carrot cake, and it has some like, I believe, walnuts on top. Let's see. Really good. Has a lot of like rich carrot flavor. I'll give that 9 out of 10, very well. And this place is located just a bit outside of Ramanine, and I'll leave all their information in the description. But super nice little cafe, and a real nice peaceful way to enjoy the day. And that's Ramanine Press Cafe. We just made it out of Press Cafe, and I would rate it overall an 8.5 out of 10. Very nice. Well, we'll round it up to a 9 because the food and the coffee was really good. I'm not a big coffee drinker, but it's a nice, relaxing cafe, and the prices weren't that bad. I believe it was 180 baht, which is around $2, around that. And I left just a 20 baht tip because they were so nice and friendly. And we're on to the next spot. We're gonna look for some street food before we start our long journey going down the ferry into all the malls. So let's get into it and let's see what we can find on the street. So we ended up going with some street food. I'm not really sure what it is, but these are the two they recommended. And we've got some greens and veggies. And a little chili sauce. They gave me a water, so let's see how this goes, and I'll set up the tripod and get a little clip. So we're at a local Thai spot here I found walking back from Press Cafe, and I haven't really tried any street food yet, so I was super excited to try this. It's super humid back here, but the food looks amazing. And then she just brought me a fresh soup, so hopefully it's as good as it looks, because it looks real good. So let's add a little bit of this. This is probably real hot, so we'll just add just a touch to this rice here. And we'll test that first before we get burnt, because after that wasabi I had the other day, I don't trust the heat here. I heard it was hot, but how hot, I don't know. Okay, so that's not really hot, it's just really good flavor. So we'll definitely add some of that onto it. Very surprised that that wasn't that hot. It looks like it's got a bunch of peppers in it, so. Good thing they have these tissues though, because I am pouring in sweat. Let's try the soup. I don't know if it's proper to use a spoon or just to drink it out of the cup here. That's the only thing that's really off so far for me, is the culture. Just because I don't want to come off as disrespectful or rude of any type, because I would not like to do that, but I don't think I am, and I don't think they really mind. So let's try some of this all together. Let's cut this a bit. Wow, that's really good. Really good. So, someone tried to fry me up in the comments on my last vlog and say I didn't know how to use a fork and spoon. Well, today I'm showing you that I can, and I've switched from my chopsticks, because I've been chopsticks my whole life. Obviously I haven't, but it's just kind of a joke, because I love hate comments, because they're really funny. And if you have to like just sit on someone's video and hate, then what does that mean, like, of yourself? Like, you're really self-portraying that something's wrong with you. But I enjoy it because that means more engagement, so thank you. That's very good. That's like an egg. I'm not sure what's in the egg, but it's very good. And once again, if you eat with the locals, so this was 55 baht, which I want to say is around like $1 or something like that, close to that. $1 and some change. But if you eat with the locals and where they eat, you get the best prices, the best deal, and the best food. I mean, this is fantastic. And let's do a try on the meat. Wow. Very good. A little spicy, but I love some spice. It's got a good kick to it. But I'm a real fan of Thai food, so moving out here was a very good call for how well the food is. But the people out here are so friendly. Like this guy behind me, when I walked up, he looked at me setting up the camera and gave me a good smile. In the US, people give you dirty looks for no reason, and I heard it's even worse in the UK in some areas, but I mean, that's all of the world. There's always people who aren't going to be as happy as you, and it's alright. I mean, it's understandable. You never know what's going on in their life behind the closed doors or out of the picture, because we only see them for a glimpse of time, so. really good. But I believe that you can never look down on anyone, and it's not right to, because everyone in the world was born into different opportunities. Like for me, I was born into an era where I could film a camera and make full-time income by filming me eating Thai food and moving across the world. I mean, if you would have told my grandparents that, they would have said that's impossible. But there's different generations, different opportunities, and I know everyone has the same 24 hours, so you can definitely make change. But that's when I kind of start to feel disappointed, and never look down, but feel disappointed that someone's not making that change in their life, is when they have opportunity to, and they let it go to waste. That's why I don't really agree with the 9-to-5 mindset. But if you're doing it to build for the future, it's worth it, because you need income to push to the next step. But I never would recommend someone just sitting in that for their whole life, because one, how is that going to be comfortable living paycheck to paycheck and maybe a little more at best? Or you could go out and travel, you could create something of your own, make passive income. That's how life should be lived. Freedom is all about freedom of time. And of course I want money and stuff, but my goal isn't to be super rich, it's just to have freedom. And what freedom is to me might be different to you, but I would rather go across the world, film me eating some random street food that tastes amazing, and then go travel to the next country and enjoy it and live life. Wake up when I want, do what I want when I want. Oh, you want to go to this place down the road at 1 in the morning, the 7-Eleven in Thailand? Okay, let's go. But for someone stuck in a 9-to-5, they're on a schedule. Schedules are always good, but it's really nice to just be able to enjoy it and wing it till the next day and see what's to come. Because if you're always on a set schedule, that's not as enjoyable as, like today, I literally made this in the morning, what I'm doing today, and it's a full day of itinerary and stuff to do. So I'm really excited for it. That spice. There's certain spice or parts that have very intense spice. And if you know me from back home, you know that I can eat ghost peppers like straight, like just cut them and eat them. I really don't have a problem. But some of the food here, like the wasabi I had the other day, unbelievable. It was insanely hot. Like it touched my tongue and I jumped out of my seat, and I had, good thing I had like a milkshake smoothie, and I just chugged it real quick and that helped it go away. But that was the hottest, probably the hottest thing I've ever tried. And it was, I mean, of course I took a huge glob, because in the US I just like to test the flavor, and it's not really as hot. It's, I would say it's about as hot as a jalapeno in the US. But over here, it's a fire breather. And one of the biggest things for me over here is the language. And I definitely expected there to be more English, but of course on the streets and stuff like this, you're not really going to get that much English. And I don't want to come off as disrespectful, because I'm not good with the language yet. And I know a few phrases, of course, that I have to, but I just feel disrespectful if I don't say it right. So I really want to improve before I start saying it, because I'll be like saying thank you is kap kun krap, and I'll say it, but I'll whisper it, because I'm like, am I saying it right? I don't want to come off as rude. So I mean, that's one of the funny things here, is definitely the language barrier, but I mean, that comes with time. I'll be able to understand it and do better over time. That's really like anything in life. Anything you put time to, you'll always improve. And the biggest thing I hear a lot when people want to travel, they say, oh well, I have no one to go with me. Well, why not just go yourself, enjoy life. Bring a camera, film the whole thing, start a journey, be able to have some memories, document it. Look back when you're old and your grandchildren are all running around. What did you do when you were young? Well, this is what I did, and then you can tell them stories. But if you're just working that 9 to 5 and you're just stuck in your hometown, you'll have stories, of course, but there will be nothing like this. So I think the biggest thing in life is just get out and do what you want. It doesn't have to be traveling, it doesn't have to be this, doesn't have to be that. It's what you want, and that's why it's your world, because you dictate everything that happens. You can control everything that's controllable, and of course don't worry about the uncontrollables. That's out of your hands. And that's just things I've figured out over my 21 years of life. And most recently, these past, I'd say 3 to 4 years have been really big eye-openers for me, because I just understand a lot more now. And before, of course, I'd like to drive in the Rolls Royce and live in the penthouse, but I don't need it. It's not a necessity. A necessity to me is being able to wake up, travel when I want, go where I want, eat what I want, work out when I want. It's just my time, because time you can never buy back. Time doesn't wait for anything. Bring out the big guns, the big water. But the people over here are just so friendly. And I mean, if anything, you could just use a translator. That's what I did when I was up here, because I didn't really recognize any of this, and I was like, well, what do you recommend? And the two they recommended, that's what I got, and it's great. It's amazing. And I guess they know best, because this is their home food. But I believe street food is definitely the way to go. The prices are so cheap. The food is amazing. And the portions over here are actually very, very good sized. And I'm getting really full right now.